Just in the last half hour or so, people outside just trying to get that nice weather in before the big change happens here tomorrow.
Yeah, they should be. It's lower 60s right now, 3 days in a row of that. We have to go well before winter to get to that kind of stretch of lower 60s. So this was really nice. And it was above average, temperatures in the mid 50s. And you know it's a nice day. I start getting photos from everybody out on the coast, in the valley, just doing whatever they're doing, and they want to share that little taste of spring. So we're getting close. As I mentioned, it's about 7 days away before we officially hit spring, but it sure felt like that. Temperatures in the mid 60s for the Dalles. We had some 50s there for the Oregon coast today. Our normal high is 56, and we were above that. We had that in the third, fourth, we hit 60, and then we had a couple days, as I mentioned, going back through Friday as well as Thursday. So we've had really nice weather. A couple days there, a little bit below average, and we're going to go back to that maybe for a few days. But I do anticipate maybe some more 60s. And it looks like the overall trend is that we're going to kind of float right around average. I don't expect us to really get too warm or too cool as we go through the next week or so. All right, so here's our front that's going to be moving on, and there's an area of low pressure to the north, and we have this real elongated front. And as it starts to push towards us, it's shuttling in some clouds. But there's high pressure here that's kind of chipping away at some of those, and some of those clouds are eroding, but it's really starting to thicken up for the Oregon coast, and it will continue as we head into tonight. Before we get to that point in time, we have to kind of usher this system out of the way. That's bringing in all the snowfall, the severe thunderstorms. I mean, there was just a row of tornadoes today in areas of Texas that we were monitoring earlier. So this is a very potent system, clash of temperatures. But as it starts to approach us here, we'll notice the clouds thicken up. We get a little bit colder because there's going to be a cold front, and then the rain increases tomorrow. You can see that little drop right here. That's called a trough, and that's going to be that colder air that moves in our direction, pushing in that front. And really, you don't see any like yellows or oranges here. We stay fairly close to our average or below for a chunk of our week, for the exception of maybe Wednesday. All right, here's the temperature forecast here. We have about 60 degrees tonight, as I mentioned. You can see kind of the other temperatures really just feeling a little bit more like the cooler side of spring across the United States, especially right here in the Four Corners region where they're seeing all the snowfall. That's Sunday morning. You see the temperatures here. We have some 40s out towards Portland. Warm up in the afternoon again to 50s. We get to Monday afternoon, just maybe some 40s out there for some areas here in the Pacific Northwest. So it's overall going to be pretty cold. Even down to Las Vegas there, you can see temperatures only in the 60s. So if you were thinking about taking the trip there, not very warm, all the way down to even Phoenix, but maybe in a couple weeks might feel a little bit better. Temperatures back into the upper 70s or 80s. And you can see across the United States here, just a lot of cold air. So we're not going to see a major warm up in the United States here for the next couple of days. FUTURECAST, as we go through the overnight, here comes that front, hits us pretty hard, and it sticks around. It approaches areas like Portland probably after lunchtime. I think you have a dry start to the day. Not for the Oregon coast, so you'll see the rain. Snowfall there for the mountains, about 1 to 3 inches. And then Monday, we actually have pretty low snow levels, so some of the Cascade foothills may see a little bit of snowfall down to about 1,000 feet, but I don't expect that or see that happening here in Portland as we go into Monday. All right, here's your 7-day forecast if you're making some plans. 50s there on Tuesday, Wednesday at 60. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day should be a nice one. And then we're down below average again, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with some rain.
All right, we'll keep the warm jacket out.
Yes.
Darn it. All right, next on